Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, we'll start with our session. So, firstly, we'll go through our syllabus first. So, as I said, we are starting with GUI part first, skipping some module. We are not skipping, we'll cover it after GUI part because GUI and libraries are very much important for implementing your mini project. So, this is your syllabus, and we have covered with till module 3. Okay, we are time being we are skipping this module 4. Okay, and we are starting with directly module 5, and module 5 we are starting with GUI part. Okay, so this thing like modules, packages, multi-threading and file handling from module 5 is pending, and we'll quickly cover this part. Today is not possible to cover whole thing like database part also. So today what we will do, we will just cover the GUI part. Like these are the different controls or components we have. And then in next session, we can have this GUI with database. Yeah, we need to cover this one also. Different data visualization techniques, Matplotlib, SciPy, yeah, pandas. These are also very much important. We can see this last part. We can just cover it later on. Okay. So we have less time, so we need to take care about the syllabus also. So it's very easy. I will share you with documentation also. Okay. So almost 21 students have joined. So we can start with our session. Yeah. So today's focus is on GUI. So just first let me know what are the different frameworks you are aware of for Python GUI. I know you are studying uh, Python framework for your mini project. So tell me what are the frameworks available for creating GUI in Python? Anyone having idea? Yeah, stick enter. It's TK interface. So many of the programmers or YouTuber call it as Kinter, then Tickenter. We will call it as a Tickenter, TK interface. So basically, Tickenter is a module we can say and framework also in Python. Apart from that, there are more than 5 frameworks are there. So we will quickly just check, or will not go into depth of each and every framework. I will share this document with you in Google Classroom also. Okay, so we will just quickly go through this one. So there are 10, more than 10 frameworks are available in the market for GUI creation using Python. So one is PyQt 5. It's the latest one. It's a cross-platform GUI creation. Then we have Tkinter. It's a very popular GUI having different components and controls. The third one is Kiwi. It's an open source GUI for natural user interface. Then we have this one, WX Python. WX Python. It is also provide with the lots of support for GUI creation. Then we have this Libao. Some of the what we can some of the frameworks are very new, or we can say that some are old one. Some are having complexity in using. So using this libov, we can have video decoding, visual effects, OpenGL things. Then we have PySimple GUI. PySimple GUI is a framework. One more is there. Then we have PyForms. It is basically focusing on Windows Forms for interactive user interfaces. Then we have PySite 2. We have PySite 2. Okay, we are not going to see all this one. We are focusing on only Tkinter. Okay, so for documentation or you can say study material, you can just refer it. Okay, last one is PyGui. We have left with one. So these are the 10 frameworks available in the market for GUI creation in Python. So based on their features, lightweight applications, or some more components, controls, as per the requirement, we can go ahead with the different framework. But for the study purpose, we are going to focus on Tkinter. Okay, Tkinter is widely used for creation of your graphical user interface for desktop application. It will create a desktop application. Okay, Python is basically used to create application also, desktop application and web-based application. So Django, Flask can be used for web-based application. But for using these frameworks, you can develop desktop application. Okay, just hold on. Okay. So moving ahead, we'll go through the Tkinter tutorial. Okay, we'll try to cover as much as possible that will help you to create a GUI application, because this is the Python practical you need to perform today. So you need to create one graphical user interface like a registration form as your practical number 5B. Okay, only graphical user interface, no database connection for this 5B. Okay, database connection will be there in 5C, and 5A will be based on file handling. So today what you will do, you need to create graphical user interface using Tkinter, that is registration form, simple registration form you need to create. Okay, just quickly we will go through the documentation part, like how the Tkinter works. So Tkinter is basically, it is used to create desktop application. It's a top level window. It will create basically empty window, and then we can include or put all your components. So you will get empty window where you can put all the components and controls for your GUI creation. So basically we have different following steps to create Tkinter. Okay, Tkinter is basically, we don't need to install. Okay, we don't need to install like we installed application. Tkinter is already there in Python 3 plus. Okay, 3 dot plus. So you don't need to install or pip install any Tkinter module. You just need to import Tkinter module in your Python code. So these are some 4 steps. Okay, these are the 4 steps you need to perform when you want to create a GUI application using Tkinter. The first thing, you need to import module, Tkinter module. Then you need to create main application window. That is, you need to create a class for your Tkinter module or the object for your Tkinter class. Then you can add different widgets. What is meant by widgets? What are the widgets we have? Widgets are like labels, buttons, all the controls and components that we can add into your GUI application. Okay, it's a graphical user components that will called as a widgets. So there are many widgets available in Python, or we can say GUI application. And the last and most important part is called the main event loop. Okay, we need to call the main event loop so that your actions can take place on user's computer screen. So here we have two windows over here. The one window is like where we will write the code, and one window is your output screen. It's your display screen. So where you will get all the components widgets to be displayed. So there will be a blank window, and on that blank window you will get all the widgets to be displayed. So these four steps are very much important when we talk about GUI creation using Tkinter. How we can use this thing? So for using this thing, okay, I am using Jupyter. Okay, I'm using Jupyter because Google Colab or online Python compiler will not implement this GUI part, because we need to have a output window. So I'm using Jupyter Notebook. You can download Jupyter Notebook and install it on your machine. Okay, and you should have a Python 3 plus, and you just need to open Jupyter Notebook. Okay, after opening a Jupyter Notebook, you can see this window on your web browser. It is running on web browsing. Okay, on a browser, on a localhost 8888. It's like a Jupyter window. It's a Jupyter framework where you can write your code also. How you will write the code? You need to click on the new and open Python 3. Okay, after opening Python 3, you will get this window, blank window here. It's an untitled one. Okay, it's a Jupyter window where you can just write your code. It looks like a Google Colab only. Okay, it looks like a Google Colab only, but you will get the external window, display window for your output. So what we will do, we will just copy paste this code. Okay, we'll copy paste this code to create a blank window. So just watch it carefully. Okay, we can directly use import Tkinter, or we can use from Tkinter import star. What is the meaning of this? From this Tkinter module, import all the classes and all the functions available in Tkinter. So Tkinter is having all the functions to create your widgets, and one class is Tk. So after importing your Tkinter module, we need to create a main window. So how to create application main window? By using object, or by creating object of your Tk class. It's like a function, and it's like a constructor also. So Tk is also inbuilt class. Okay, it's a inbuilt class, you can say. See, so Tk, we are creating top equal to Tk, and then we will enter into event main loop using top dot main loop. So main loop is very much important. So these are the basic three steps are there, and the fourth step is like entering or adding your different widgets. So you need to import the module, you need to create a application window using this statement, and you need to enter into event main loop. So as soon as you run this code, you will get a blank window here. You can see here, it's a blank window. It is having Tk as your title name, and it's a blank by default window. You can maximize it. There is nothing inside this window. It's a blank empty Tkinter window. It's application main window. Okay. Okay, so moving ahead, we'll not waste too much of time explaining this, because these are all explanative, self-explanatory tasks. Okay, so different widgets are available in your Python Tkinter. We have button, we have canvas, we have check button, entry, frame, label, list box, menu button, menu, message, scroll bar, scale, radio button is there, text is there, top level, spin box, label frame, message box. So there are many widgets are available. They are self-explanatory basically. So if you want to create registration form, okay, suppose you want to create a login form, what are the widgets you required? You required labels for username and password to be displayed, and to enter username and password you need entry box, that is input box, and then you need a buttons. like submit or okay or login. So that button you can use for your GUI. So these are some widgets we can use for your creation of GUI. So one more, we'll see one by one some module or some widgets. First one is button. So button is where we will just create, it's a clickable widget. So for each and every widget, you have two parameter. Okay, for each and every widget, you have two parameter. One is parent and options. So options are, there are many options available in each and every widget. So I will send you one link also where you can refer all the widgets for more detail. Okay. Okay, I need to. hmm, I'm getting error. Oh, okay.
Sir, the spelling is wrong.
Hmm. Yes, Mango spelling is wrong. Yeah. So I run it twice, so we are getting the output twice. Okay. So this is the simple button we are getting. Okay, so this is a simple one. Like we can create a button using button widget. So this is kind of function basically. This is kind of function basically, and it is having some options. So you can get an option over here. So where you want to display at the top, bottom, left, right, and what text you want. So text equal to, you can put any text over here. And for geometry, so for window, if you want to have a basic geometry over here, we can just use geometry function. So I can change this one as per our convenience. See, so window is enlarged. At the top, we can say. So you will get many options over here. If you can refer documentation part, because we don't have that much of enough time for each and every options. So you can get documentation, Python documentation for what are the options available over here. I will send you the link also for reference, because there are many, each widget having more than 20 options available. Like what are the options you can put over here, and that are self-explanatory basically, what kind of documentation or widgets option we can have. So button, using button function we can create a button. Same thing, suppose I want to have some interactivity. Suppose I want some interactivity in my program, so I can use this thing. Okay, so I can create a function and I can have the clickable event like thing. It's like a event where we'll get a proper output over there. See, so some buttons are created with different options. So these are some options we can have: different command, active foreground, active background, some padding of y, pad y is like padding along the y axis. And whenever I click on these events or the buttons, the message box will be printed. Okay, message box will print. So for example, suppose this message box is using, we are using message box dot show info. So the function is created over here, and we have a command over here. We need to input as a command. Command equal to fun. It will call your fun function. Okay, likewise, we can have function for each and every one. For example, we have defined a function for red button. So firstly, I will show you. Yeah. So this is the way we have four buttons. It's B1 at the left, B2 at the right, B2 is nothing but your blue, B3 is at the top, and B4 at the bottom. So this is the way we can just pack it. So each and every widget having some options, along with the pack function is also having a option. Pack is very much important. Without pack, your widgets will not displayed on your window. Okay, you know that in Java also, in Java Swing also, we have seen that creation of your widgets are not important. After creation of your widget, you have to add those widgets on window. So here pack method is there, pack function is there. So pack function is used to display or to add your buttons or widgets on your window. Okay, so here suppose I click on the red, no, the function is for red, so I click on the red. Message box is not defined. I think there is some error. Okay, we will just rectify it. I think, okay, message box is not created, so we need to create a message box first. That thing we'll check it later on, but this is the way we can just call it. Okay, we need to pass the command over here, and we need to create a message box here. We have not seen yet message box, how we can create message box, but more documentation, go through the documentation, you can see how we can create a message box. But firstly we are covering all the widgets. So this is the way we can create different buttons, and we can put onto your window using pack button, a pack function. Then we have a canvas. Canvas is basically, it's a drawing sheet, we can say, where we can draw anything we want. So, but this is a basic thing. Suppose the, okay, so this is the canvas I want to create with the background as pink and its height is 200. So I can use canvas function. It's not a function basically. You can see C is capital. C is capital means what? It is a, it's a class. So we are creating constructor for canvas. It has a top, bg as background color as pink, and your height is 200, and we need to pack it on your window, and then main loop is created. See, so sorry, yeah, so this is the way we are getting the canvas. So here you can draw anything if you want to code more. So we can draw a triangle, circle, arc, anything on your canvas. So canvas is basically empty, what we can say, empty sheet. Okay, I thought I was disconnected from the meet. Okay. So moving ahead, we have a check button. So check button is basically a button, but with the check boxes. But with the check boxes, so we can add text and images for your check button also. So we'll see example. Okay, basically this is an interactive one because we are not going to see all the options. Okay, because if we want to see all the options, it will take more time. So here the check button is created. The check button requires some values. So I will import the ticketer, then we'll create a window, we'll have add a geometry, and we'll create some variables, integer variables like this. And then we add check buttons, check button 1, 2, and 3 using check button function at the top. And it is having a respective text, C, C++, and Java. And we need to add the variables also. If you want to have if you want to display something, and some on value, off value will be displayed like 0, 1, 2, 3 by default, and width we can set. And then we will add those check buttons onto your window using pack, and then main loop will be defined. So see, this is the way we are check button. So check button is like we can select all the things. It's like a checkbox only, but it's a check button. Okay, here it is called a check button. So this is the way we can use check button to define our thing. This variable is very much important. This variable equal to one, check var one, check var two, because if you want to interact with your database, or if you want to display whatever the things are there in function, you can use this variable. If you want to make it interactive, suppose you want to display, okay, we have selected C, C++, and Java. So these variables are very much important. Okay, this is just a GUI part. Suppose you want more coding or to display variables, we have to use uh, the variable names. Okay, entry. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so entry is like it's a text box. It's like a single line text box where user will enter values. Okay, it's like a text box. And one more thing is that it's a label. So text box and labels are very much important. Label are non-editable, but checkbox are editable. We can edit the checkbox. Okay, so here both the concepts have covered. This is the way we can create a label, and where we want to place it. Okay, where we want to place labels and entry, that we will specify using a place function. So we have created label at the top level, text is name, and we are placing it at the x 30 and y 450. So in place we will input coordinators of your window. Set 30 and 50 name label will be put, and at the 30 feet 90 email will be put, and password will be at 30 130, and like that. And same thing with the button. So after name, email, and password, button will be created with the text as submit, background as pink. We can have active background and active foreground, pink and blue. And this is the way we can create an entry. So we need to give the entry for x value even, for this one name, for entry for email. This is for, and this entry is for password. So you need to check this one also. Okay, so along the y-axis for both the label and entry will be same. See, y for 50 for label 1, for name label y equal to 50, for this entry y equal to 50, because this entry belongs to this label, this entry is belong to this label, and this entry will be belong to this label. So all the y values of respective labels will be same. You need to check it for this one. Okay, how much what we can say, how much x value we want. So we can have x value like that. So this is the way we can have an entry over here. So this is the way we can get it. So you can change. Okay, you can change, but remember that y values you should not change. Okay, y values you should not change. Okay, actually the Windows coordinates are starting over here at the left top. So this is your 0 0. This is your 0 0, and this represents your 30 50. This represents your 30 50. This represents 30 90. This is 30 130. And suppose if you are talking about this one, so this is your 95 130. Okay, and for button, see button, how button is created. See, so whenever I click on this, your active background is pink and your active foreground is blue, but by default it is gray and black. So if I click, it is active foreground, means we are clicking it. Okay, so this is a way we can, this is a entry, this is the entry, we can enter our name also. Okay, as per our convenience. And this is your label. Name, email and password are labels, and these are non-editable. We can edit over here, we can edit over here, we are not given the password thing. So this is the way we can use label and button along with the entry. Moving ahead, we have a frames. Okay, frame is basically to organize your widgets. It is used to group your widgets properly. See, you can use this frame and organize your all the widgets properly. So see here, we have created frame. How we can create a frame? Like you create a TK. So after creation of your Tkinter class, you need to create a frame. Frame equal to capital F frame, and then we'll add your Tkinter. So this is the way we are adding your Tkinter class on your frame, and then we need to pack it. And where we want to frame, where we want to pack it, suppose I want to pack at the left side, we can use this. Then side equal to right. So we can organize our widgets, like suppose we have some buttons, submit, remove, add and modify, and likewise we want to put those buttons in our frame. So using this thing we can do it. So right frame over here, button 1 dot pack side equal to left, button 2 dot pack side equal to right. We'll see the output. See, so this is the way we are getting the thing. Okay, this is the way we are getting the thing. See here, where is the code? Yeah. So the frames are created. How the frames are created? This is a left frame and this is a right frame, and we'll put all the frame at the side equal to left, side equal to right, and along with that we will use those frame. So left frame, suppose this add will be put at the right frame, modify will be at the left frame. You can see modify and add. So add is at the right frame, right add is at the right frame because we have added at the right frame. But see here, submit and remove, submit and remove is at the top frame. It's at the top frame because we have created a frame, frame equal to frame in bracket top. Here left frame, frame in bracket oh yeah, pack side equal to left. So this is the left frame. That left frame is used for your modify. This is a right frame. On right frame we have a add button. So this is the way we can just organize your widget, different widgets on your frame. Okay, just you need to create or you just need to pack accordingly. By default it is top, but if you want to specify its position, you need to pack. You need to pack the frame according to your sides. Side equal to left, side equal to right. Okay, so this is the way we can use the frame to organize your different widgets. Okay, label, we have seen the label, how we can use it. Okay, list box is very interesting. We can have a list of items. We can have a list of items that we can insert. Okay, sorry, I got one call, so okay, Snigdha ma'am is calling because she is having also practical. Okay, sorry. Mhm. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, list box is created. Then we need to insert values into that list box. So we will use insert function. So insert in bracket 1 comma India, 2 comma USA, 3 comma Japan, like that. So at the index, we will add the list boxes. Okay, 0 represents no value. Okay, no value we need to select. And then we need to pack it on your label. We need to pack it within. We need to list box. We need to pack it. So remember that whenever we create a widgets, different widgets, label, list box, button, we have to pack it respectively. Otherwise, it will not display on your window. If we try to run it, see. So this is the way the list of favorite countries you are added. You can select it. If you hold, okay, we are not added that one. So this is the way we can create it. Okay, so list box is created at the top and we can insert the element. Suppose if I do it like this, it will give error whenever we try to, yes, yes. Okay, I will give you enough time. Don't worry. Okay, just everyone put your name in the chat box. Everyone just put your name in the chat box. Okay, so we can insert this thing into your list box. I will give you enough time. Don't worry. I don't want to submit it today only. I will give you enough time. Okay, so then how we can delete the active items from the list?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you also show us how to make the check combo box and how to display it?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. You want
Sir,
to?
can you show
Hmm.
combo box and to display that what is there in combo box means if I if I'll make the login page in that I'll make user and admin. So
Okay.
if user will log in, then what will be the means how to display it? We are not getting it.
Means where you want to display?
So on the screen, after that, that user have login like that.
Okay, we will see that. We will see that because I just need to cover basic things. Okay, because we need to
Okay, sir.
cover the practical also. No, so I will cover your questionnaire uh, after this session also. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so how we can delete the elements from the list box? So we have a delete function. We have a delete function for this. Okay, there are many things we have in this GUI, but we have less time for that. Yeah. So what we will do, we will just cover uh, through it practical session in a through practical way. Okay, so this is the way we are adding the element into your list box, and this button will directly delete your element. So here we have used lambda function. The lambda function is basically a kind of one-liner function, one-line function. It will automatically execute. So command equal to this one. So this is your function basically. We have not defined a separate function for this. So lambda is a anonymous function. It is like a simple function only, but it is a one-liner function. So whenever I click on the button, this but delete button, this lambda function will be executed, and it is saying that we need to delete. We need to delete what we need to delete anchor. So what is in the anchor? Anchor is basically this one. This is anchor. The selected item will be your anchor. So suppose I select USA, Japan from your list and I click on the delete. So that will be deleted. Okay, so this is the lambda function in Python. We are not getting, okay, we have, Last part is left. Yeah, they are not packed. And main loop. See, main loop is very much important. Otherwise, your program will not display properly. Okay, I need to create, delete. Oh, suppose I create Japan and delete. So let's see. Automatically, this will delete it. Okay. So this is a one-liner function. This is lambda is basically one-liner function where we have executed delete function on the anchor. So anchor is basically the selected one. The button, it will, we will select the list element and it will automatically delete it whenever we click on the delete button. This is a function. After that, we have a menu button. Menu button is a drop down menu list. It's a drop down menu list. In list, in what we can see in a previous one, in this one, in list box, all the elements are displayed in a one window. But in menu button, you will see only one. So you can have a menu of that element. Okay, it's like a check button only, but we'll see the menu like this. It is not visible. Okay, yeah. So this is the way we can see the menu button. So here you can see the list of this thing. Okay, so it's a wrapped one. It's a wrapped one. So you need to click over here and you can see here. So it is very much important. It is very much useful for your menu creation. Okay, this is the way we can create a menu. See, these are also menu: file, edit, view, insert. So suppose if you want to create some menu bar in your menu project, okay, if you want to create a menu bar, see, file, you have to create, you have to click on this. If you click on this, your menu bar will be displayed. So this is the way we can create our own menu bar also using menu button. So menu button is created. It is having again some different text and the relief. We have different option over here. Okay, we have option. I think rest is there. So I will send you the, check whether the rest is available. Rest is not available. So there are some options are available. Okay, for this one menu button on everyone. So menu button is created. I want grid option over here, and I need to add menu. I need to add menu in that thing because menu button requires some options over here. So suppose in language I want Hindi and English. So I will create menu button of menu. So all the menu will be there in inside the menu, and I will create menu button dot menu dot add check button. And inside the menu button, I will add different menu variables as your Hindi and English. So likewise, you need to add the check button or respective thing into your menu. So menu button consists of your menu, and then we'll add the labels respectively. Okay, this is the way we need to follow. Okay, only menu button is not enough. Inside the menu button, you need to add the menu also. Like inside the language, we have Hindi and English. Okay. Okay, we are just going quickly because you need to perform practical also by referring this documentation. Okay, documentation is there on internet also. There are many things are available because there are many widgets are available. There are many options are also available. Then menu. Okay, we have already seen the menu. Okay, we'll see this thing also. Okay, so we are adding one command over here that will have some save as and close option. Complete program for your menu. I will directly run. Oh, some error is there. Okay, name root is not defined. What is root? root is like a top. It's a top. Yeah. So this is the way you can see the menu bar. Okay, see here. So menu bar is created with file, edit and help, and inside the file we have menus. New, open, so save as and close. Here you can see a line over here. Okay, you can see the line over here. It's a separator. And then we have exit. Same with the edit, undo. Then we have a separator, cut, copy, paste, delete, select all. Then we have a help. So it's not a clickable basically. It's like just a GUI part. So you can create a GUI thing. Okay, the practical, you can include this menu bar also. So what is the code behind that? It's a long code. We need to create a top level menu first. See, menu is created. This first menu is created on the top with the new open, save as and close. Then we have added a separator. So add underscore separator will add your label, a different separator, and after that we can use exit. Second one is this file. So there are many options, functions are available like how we can use, but this is a just a basic one. So add underscore cascade function will put your thing like this: file, edit and help. It's a top level menu, and then inside that menu we need to add different commands. Add underscore command will add your new open, save as, close. Or for this one we have a undo, then separator, then we have a cut, copy, paste, delete, select all using add underscore command. Same with the edit and help. So these are the way we can add your menu into your program. Then radio button. So radio button is basically you can select one option, only one option from your choices. It's like a gender. Suppose I want to select a gender, we can have radio button. So radio button is basically for a selection of one choice. So this is a way we can create a radio button. Then we can give text, its variable name, its value, and command selection, command equal to selection. So this is a way we can create multiple what we can say radio buttons, and we need to pack it. See, okay. So this is a radio button. See, you can see here. Okay, you can select only one option. You can select only one option. So see, whenever I click on the C, whenever I click on the C, you selected the option one. So basically this is an interactive one because function is defined over here. Okay, see here. The function is defined over here in the command. It is saying that you need to display something on your window. So whenever I click on a button, see this R1 button 1, radio button 1, command is what? Selection. So this selection function will be executed, and it will capture this variable. See, variable names are unique: radio, and radio. Why? Because you are going to select only one option from your choice. So we need to extract that radio variable. So what we'll do, str radio dot get. So whatever value we have as a text over here, its variable, its value, that value will be displayed over here. So you selected option, that one, and then you need to label it. Okay, you need to label, you need to configure it, like which selection you have preferred. So you have selected 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, so you using radio button, you can select only one option like this. Okay, so this is your radio button. So these are some widgets are available. Basic widgets are available in your Tkinter. Apart from that, you have a geometry. We have already discussed with the geometry, but using Python Tkinter provides you with the following geometry methods, like how we can display our widgets. So there are three methods are available: pack, grid, and place. So pack is basically used to display your widgets on your window. Okay, using pack, you can display your widgets on your window. You need to place it. It's a pack basically. Then grid is nothing but it's a row and column. Okay, you know that our window can be divided into rows and columns, number of rows and column, and we can display our widgets in row and column. We need to specify which row number and column or which cell we want to display, and place according to our option. We can just place it accordingly, x and y coordinate. So in place we need to specify the coordinates. In grid we need to specify row and column, and in pack we just will pack it on a frame. So see here, first option is pack. Already we have seen this thing, but we will again see. So the buttons are created, and how we are displaying it on a our Tkinter window using pack. So the Tkinter window is created. Some buttons are created. This button one, red button, green button, blue button, and black button. And all the buttons are packed right like that. Pack in bracket side equal to left. Pack in bracket side equal to right. Pack side equal to top. Pack side equal to bottom. So we are displaying, we are packing our widgets on your window according to their directions. You see here, red, black, blue, and green. Huh? So this is the way we are just displaying on our window. That is packing basically. It's we are packing. Then we have a grid. In grid, we have some pad x, pad y, row and column, and row span. See here. So we can make use of some row number, like row equal to 1 and column equal to 1, row equal to 1, column equal to 0. So based on the number of columns and row, we can just grid it. So suppose we have some label and we have some entry and button. So this label, first label, name label is having parent, name equal to name, text equal to name, and then we are executing dot grid, row equal to 0, column equal to 0. Then we have a second one is entry for your name, row equal to 0, column equal to 1. So this one is very interesting because we have already know the table structure. Okay, we can use the table structure to display your widgets accordingly. So we know that first row, first cell is 0 0, then we have a 0 1, then we have 1 0 1 1. Okay, so accordingly in that cell we can put it as a grid wise. So the label 1 is put at the grade level 0 0. In front of that we have a 0 1, so we can put the entry box. Then we have a password over here at the 1 0 level, and then we can have an entry over here for row equal to 1, column equal to 1. And finally we have a button at the grid, row equal to 4, column equal to 0. See here, so this is your 0 0 0 1, this is 1 0, this is 1 1, and this is totally your 4 0, this is 4 0. So this is a way we can make use of grid function to display your widgets in proper tabular structure. It's like a tabular structure. Getting the thing? Okay. Okay, it may require some more time to study, okay, because you need to practice it. We are just covering a theory concepts along with the program. And finally we have a place. Okay, place is basically, it is like it is using our different option like coordinate system x and y. So we can make use of coordinate system x and y, and we can display or place our widgets on your window of Tkinter. So here you can see this label is dot place x equal to 30, y equal to 40. Then second label email is placed at x equal to 30, y equal to 90, and likewise. So we can use dot place function and we can input x and y values over here. See, so output is same. It depends on you that how you are displaying, whether you want to use grid option or whether you want to use place option. It is up to you. Here you want to prefer accurate coordinate system. Here you just need to use a row and column value. It's cell value. Okay, so I think this grid option is we can use, but you have to clear about the table structure. Otherwise, if you know the coordinate system, you can use the coordinate system also very carefully. Otherwise, what will happen? This entry box will be, see, suppose I by mistake I put over here 90 entry, the even entry is x equal to 80, y equal to 90. Actually, this entry box is for this label, first label. So see here, it looks weird. It looks weird. So it is not according to our program. So you need to manage accordingly. So 80 and 50, right? So you can use any kind of option, whether you can use place or grid or anything. Okay, so this is the last. Okay, there are many things. Okay, I will send you the link first. Okay, you can refer anything. Okay, you can use tutorial point, you can use Java T point, W3 schools is available. So there are many options. Okay, you can see here options are available. So these options are basically, it is telling you that more options are available for these widgets, but it is not we are not getting too much of time to cover all the function options. But according to your need or according to your requirement of your GUI application, you can use this thing. Okay, you can use any kind of options in your mini project. Okay, so what I will do, I will assign you with the practical 5B. Okay, this is the 5B I have. Okay, this is the 5B. You need to create one registration form using GUI Tkinter. So you can use PyCharm, you can use Jupyter, but you cannot use online compiler, or you cannot use Google Colab. So your GUI application should be unique. I want all the GUI applications unique. I don't want copy pasted one. Getting clear? This registration form should look different for everyone. It is easily displayed. It can be easily identified that it is copy pasted, because I know the variables, the things are different. So registration form you need to change it accordingly, or you can use those what you can say widgets to create different GUI. Not only registration form, you are free to create any kind of graphical user interface application. It's like only graphical user interface. You don't need to create any database connection. So I will assign you with the practical 5B. This assignment. This is practical 5B. Okay, you need to create the GUI, simple GUI using Tkinter. Due date is tomorrow. Okay, today only. Just let me know. Only one student is facing problem, so I will check it out. But everyone except Vinay, everyone except Vinay will submit till 2:45. I don't want excuse from any other, because 2:45. Or I will create it at 3. Okay, fine. 3 p.m. So you need to submit your practical till 3 p.m. today. So I'm assigning this thing. Okay, so first go through the study material. I will upload this one in our classroom also. Okay, you can refer this. Okay, this is Tkinter I have posted. So you can refer this document to create your interactive graphical user interface. You can use anything, but see to that you are using all the widgets. Okay, you are using all the widgets. You can refer W3 schools. You can refer this Java T point. You can use tutorials T point. So I will just copy paste all these links for your references. So you can refer this one for more information, because you need to learn more options also. Okay, so you need to create one GUI application. You can use registration form, you can create registration form, but make sure that you are using all the widgets which are available in Tkinter. So you need to submit till 3 p.m. in Google Classroom. I will create quiz and attendance link, and it will be available after 2:30, or it will be available at after 2:15. But before that, go through the material, go through the websites, and think that which kind of application, GUI application you can design, because you need to carry you need to use that application for next practical also, that is for database connection. Okay, for that database connection. So start working on your practical number 5b and submit it till 3 p.m. or before 3 p.m. I will launch the quiz and attendance link after 2:15. Yeah, you can use a grid. You can use grid option, or you can use that place option also. In place method, you need to specify coordinates, and in grid, you need to specify the column and row. Okay, you can refer those sample registration form, and you can create your own registration form. Don't just copy paste. Refer this, and you can create your own registration form. Your attendance link will be live at 2:45. Before that, you need to submit your practical number 5B. I will just check it out, your submission.
So what are the lab outcomes?
Oh yeah, lab outcome. These are the lab outcome, LO1 and LO5.